Hey guys, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Welcome to a new day and a new video. Today I've got two brand new releases for you. Typically I don't cover two releases in the same video, but there's a little bit difference between what I normally do in this video because I'm covering Paco Rabanne's Phantom Legion, which is not a new fragrance, it is a new presentation. Phantom Legion is simply a collector's edition bottle with Phantom juice inside of it. So there's no difference in the juice, just the presentation. So we're gonna go over that relatively briefly. And then I'll cover the brand new CK Everyone Eau De Parfum version. That and more is coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to be covering two different new releases. The first new release we'll be talking about is Paco Rabanne's Phantom Legion. Now, as mentioned, this is just a different presentation or collector's edition robot bottle, which we're not going to talk a ton about the actual fragrance and the juice itself, since I've already covered my first impressions of that. We'll talk a little bit about it, but let's take a closer look at that cool presentation. Paco Rabanne's Phantom Legion, with its chromed and intense black metal camouflage, is a collector's item with an avant-garde design, very unique, radically different, the designer's very first connected perfume. Approach your smartphone to the head of the bottle and discover the Phantom universe and let yourself be guided. That's the paragraph from the marketing information. So the box itself is camouflage. You've got Phantom Legion at the top. You've got the collector's edition below the graphic representation of the bottle, and then Paco Rabanne in silver at the bottom. Both sides of the box say Paco Rabanne in silver, and on the back of the box you've got a QR code: scan to experience the Phantom universe. This is made in France, conscious and vegan, very long lasting. Basically black, gray, and white. Those are the camouflage kind of contour colors. If you're not sure how to approach the bottle with your smartphone, if you open the flap of the box, it has an actual pictorial description of how to actually tap it. So it's using something called NFC, Near Field Communications, not to be confused with NFT, non-fungible token. So yeah, we won't go into that. The bottle is a small robot. Really the only thing that is different, it's still chrome, exactly as the original. It just has on the front and the back of the body itself, the middle portion, is camouflage. So the Paco Rabanne R, where you can see through the glass, that has camouflage. The legs have camouflage, and on the back, and then the legs, the back of the legs also has camouflage. But again, the rest is chrome. So that's really the primary difference. The aperture, or where the spray nozzle is plastic. That's in where the eyes would be of the robot. It's got kind of like a dark red visor. And then on the very top you have like the NFC icon or radio signal logo, and that's where you depress the pump to spray. And so that's pretty much it for the difference. The notes are exactly the same. Basically a very citrus sweet opening. You've got lemon, lavender, and rhubarb in the top. You've got apple, you've got clary sage, some mineralic or soil notes along with patchouli in the heart. Finally, a good bit of vanilla and vetiver in the base. All told, very enjoyable fragrance. Might be a bit sweet or heavy to some noses in the very beginning. Once it dries down, kind of finds its footing in the base, then it's an extremely enjoyable kind of vanilla, vetiver, sweet grass kind of fragrance. Paco Rabanne, at least their men's fragrance, tend to be more on the sweet, youthful side, kind of the energetic, the kind of the clubbing fragrance. This doesn't really have a clubbing feel, but it has more of a kind of a sweet, light, youthful lifestyle kind of feel. I actually really like it. I've come to like it a lot more than I used to. I will soon do a full-on review of this and give you guys my kind of the rundown on what I feel about the fragrance itself, kind of the pros and cons of Paco Rabanne Phantom, and that will be coming in the near future. For those of you that are lovers of presentation, that really like the Phantom robot, you'll probably really enjoy the camouflage Phantom and Phantom Legion. So definitely worth owning. Right now, if you want to pick up Phantom Legion, you can get it for $120 USD. And this is a 3.4 fluid ounce or 100 ml bottle. Next up, we're going to be considering the new release of CK Everyone Eau De Parfum. CK Everyone is not a tremendous release. I know Jeremy Fragrance was all about it for a while. He talked about using it as a gem fragrance, talked about using it as kind of a signature scent, a great like fresh citrus after shower kind of fragrance. And while that may be the case, what about CK Everyone Eau De Parfum? Now, just like the name implies, this is purportedly to be for everyone. It is neither a men's fragrance nor a women's fragrance, but it's trying to ride that fine line down the middle. Not a ton of fragrances, in my estimation, can do that successfully. Does CK Everyone Eau De Parfum? Before we talk about the notes and take a quick whiff of the fragrance, let's take a quick look at that presentation. Not a ton of colors. The thematic portion of the box itself is basically white, black, and red. There is a Calvin Klein men's underwear band, for lack of a better phrase, going around the bottom of the box. It is an Eau De Parfum concentration, 3.3 fluid ounce, 100 ml. It says CK Everyone. The every is in red. The one is a clear font with black outline. The Calvin Klein band is white and black. One side of the box shows different icons indicating the brand's continued commitment to the environment. The other side of the box just has a portion of that black and white underwear band on the bottom, and it's just white. The back of the box has I am a clean fragrance, vegan formula, etc., ingredients, some stickers, an address, made in Spain. On the bottom of the box is a UPC, a QR code, and some additional stickers along with the batch code. The brand continues its commitment to the environment with CK Everyone Eau De Parfum. CK Everyone Eau De Parfum contains a vegan formula made from ethically sourced natural ingredients. Alcohol is of natural origin. Both the glass bottle and the outer packaging are created from recycled materials. CK Everyone is in black Eau De Parfum on the bottom. Just like most CK bottles, this one comes with a screw-off cap, and then you have to screw in the pump itself into the bottle. On the bottom of the bottle, it is printed, the batch code, along with various information. Now, this bottle does have an actual elastic underwear band from the Calvin Klein men's underwear. It is black and white, just like on the box. The atomizer is black, and the bottle is a clear glass. Clear glass contains 10% post-consumer recycled material, and folding carton 30% post-consumer recycled material. So pretty much a simplistic look. The fragrance itself is actually, once we start looking at the notes, which we'll do in a moment, is relatively simplistic. So I think the style of the bottle captures what they're trying to go for. It's not trying to be neither masculine nor feminine, trying to cut it down the middle there and really please everyone. But the problem that I think CK knew that they were, Calvin Klein, knew they were going to run into is that you can't please everyone all of the time. And CK Everyone definitely isn't going to please everyone, I think, most of the time. Don't really have a lot to say about CK Everyone. I think it's just an okay, relatively bland fragrance, personally. For citrus, you can do a lot better. It's not expensive, so I'm not going to knock it a lot because it's an inexpensive, quick, easy grab. The original CK Everyone came out in 2020. It's considered a woody citrus fragrance. You've got orange and ginger in the top. You've got blue tea and some aquatic notes in the heart, and then cedarwood, patchouli, and amber in the base. Relatively simple fragrance. Again, not super strong. CK is not known for making super performing fragrances, though. A quick, easy, citrus, woody fragrance. You know, you can do worse, but you can also do a lot better. Now that we've briefly covered what was in the original CK Everyone, let's talk about the notes in CK Everyone Eau De Parfum. CK Everyone Eau De Parfum by Calvin Klein features top notes of organic oranges from Mexico, heart notes of black tea from Sri Lanka, resting on a base of VETIVER from Haiti. Okay, so it's like they dumbed down the formula and simplified it quite a bit. So you still have the oranges from Mexico. Okay, so Mexican oranges. Is that like Mexican Coke? Does it have more sugar in it? Are the oranges sweeter? And then instead of blue tea, we've got something called black tea from Sri Lanka, otherwise known as Ceylon. It's a very popular tea. Well, what concerns me is the base is simply vetiver. There are likely more notes that are in this fragrance, but these are the ones that are being published, so those are the ones that we're going to briefly talk about. Without wondering any further what it's going to be like, let's check out the juice. The atomizer, going for the simplistic, just works pretty decently for a simple fragrance. It sprays a good bit of juice. Let's check out what the smell is like. CK Everyone Eau De Parfum is a very light fragrance. I like the open. I do like you get that citrus, you get that orange. Now orange isn't as bright as lemon, so this doesn't have that energetic, wakeful kind of feel or vibe olfactively that lemon does, but it's pleasant. Orange is a bit warmer of a citrus and not quite a bright. It lingers a bit longer in your nose than does lemon. It's also a nice introductory note into other notes. Now there's something in the background. I don't know. First of all, there's nothing outstanding about this fragrance. It smells very simple. So it's going to be in the category of woody citrus simplistic. So this would be appropriate for office situations. It would be appropriate where maybe other people are offended by fragrances, and there seem to be quite a big, growing community of people that say, don't wear fragrance around me because I'll go into cardiac arrest or whatever. This would be one of those fragrances you could wear around them and they probably wouldn't even pick it up. Super light, but again, pleasant. So that's it on a tester strip. I don't really go super deep with tester strips. Let's go ahead and try out skin because that's the true tell. There's definitely something in the background of CK Everyone Eau De Parfum that I do not like on skin. I don't know. I don't want to say that it stinks, but it smells like you were hit by a stink bug yesterday. And even though you took a shower, that smell still kind of lingers. It's a terrible thing to say about a fragrance. I've never said that about anything, but there's a kind of a light funk. I don't really care for it. So I think in their preamble to create something that both men and women can wear, they've been unsuccessful. It is very neutral. Okay, I will give them that. It's a neutral kind of odor or smell, but it's not very pleasant. You catch a little bit of that orange in the open, but I wanted more of that. Just when you want more of that Mexican orange, it goes away. That black tea is nice. It's there. It's a bit of a substantial smell, but it too kind of recedes to the background in lieu of a kind of a funk. And maybe it's the combination of the tea with the vetiver and something else that's not listed, like an odor that's masking something else that's worse that you can't smell. So I'm going to not recommend this fragrance for anyone. If you are a fan of CK Everyone, the Eau de Toilette, keep wearing that. You probably won't like the Eau de Parfum. That funk is kind of going away the longer that I wear the fragrance, but the fact that it's there at all has me a bit concerned. So maybe I'll do a full review of this for those that might be interested later on down the road, but it's quite unlikely. Well guys, that's it for my brief, quick coverage of Paco Rabanne's Phantom Legion. I really like the collector's edition look of the camouflage. So if you're a camo nut out there, or you just really like this presentation, might be something you might want to pick up for 120 bucks currently. And you'll really enjoy the very nice sweet green fragrance itself as well. For those of you that like CK Everyone, the Eau de Toilette, just keep wearing it. Whenever they try to ride that fine line, they end up falling somewhere in that middle distance of just kind of funky and not that great. And that's exactly what CK Everyone Eau de Parfum is. Thanks so much though for stopping by, checking out today's video. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.